Hello and welcome to Fire Walk with us. This week we're talking about the episode The Orchid's Curse. Dun dun dun! Spooky!
Dun dun dun.
I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
And Justin.
Alright, so in this episode...
Before you go
Oh,
on,
God.
I'll just make one particular point. Finally, Cooper, you noticed the bloody thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he notices the note. Anyway, I'll get into my plot synopsis.
Yeah.
In this episode, Leland's arraignment is held at the Roadhouse, which I absolutely love, where Judge Sternwood releases him on his own recognizance. Judge Sternwood also rules that Leo Johnson is not competent to stand trial for the sawmill fire. Meanwhile, Dawn enlists Maddie's help to help her steal Laura's secret diary away from Harold Smith. Elsewhere, Bobby and Shelley plan to make over her home to assist Leo's return to take bed care of him, while Mr. Pinkle gets stuck in a mechanical device showing them how to work it. Cooper figures out that Audrey is being held captive at One-Eye Jack's and asks Truman to help him sneak into the place to rescue her. Hank is ordered by Ben Horn to follow Cooper to make sure he delivers the ransom money and gets Audrey back. Big Ed brings the crazy and delusional Nadine home from the hospital. At One-Eye Jack's, Jean Renault plots with Blackie's sister Nancy to steal the ransom money for themselves after it is delivered. Also, the mysterious Japanese businessman, Mr. Tajimura, approaches Ben and offers him a $5 million check for the purchase of Ghostwood Estates. Andy, covering for Lucy at her desk job, while she's on vacation in Tacoma, learns that he is not sterile after all.
Dun dun dun.
Alrighty, so what did you two learn in this episode?
I'm surprised it took Cooper so long to finally find that note.
Well, I mean, he's been busy with some shit.
Yeah, it's definitely true.
I mean, he did get shot only a couple of days ago.
More so true, but out of all those particular things, it couldn't have been that far under the bed, and just getting into that particular position just would have been like, oh, there's a thing under the bed. Whoops.
He does have, like, 3 broken ribs or something, so he probably doesn't want to do a whole lot of bending down.
How strong do you have to be to rip off a fridge door?
Yeah, Nadine has superpowers.
Apparently. Jeez.
This was established earlier and nobody listened to me, but Nadine has superpowers.
Fine, okay. And the brain of a...
She thinks she's 18.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so let's talk a little bit about Judge Sternwood. Because Judge Sternwood is pretty fucking great.
No, he's fairly decent. I question his logic with things, though.
Like what?
The fact that he let Leland off with just that sort of particular stuff. Sure, he has to go and speak with the sheriff and whatnot. I think it was Daly from what he was saying.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
But still, as it kind of is, yeah, someone needs to stick by him. Because who knows if he's going to fly off the handle again and do something crazy.
Yeah, I mean, so in an actual court, he probably wouldn't get released on his own recognizance for a murder charge.
But sadly, he's friends with the people, and they're like, he is decent, so we can somewhat tolerate the things that the stuff maybe.
Well-
We need more unbiased jury.
No, they also need that character out and not in jail for the next, 7 episodes.
Fair point, too.
So you have to kind of give the show that, because they need Leland out and able to interact with people.
So true.
So, Judge Sternwood, he rules that Leland is going to be released on his own recognizance, and that Leo Johnson is not competent to stand trial.
Yeah, no, he kind of a vegetable as it kind of sits. But relating
Supposedly.
to that point, there was the scene and whatnot at with Bobby and them getting the crane and whatnot all
Yes.
together.
That,
So supposed
mechanical
plans of those
errors.
particular things.
Yeah.
But particular point of having a character of supposed importance. Does anyone bother to remember the buddy that hung out with Bobby in the first couple of episodes?
Yep. Mike?
Is he relevant?
Well, we haven't seen him in how long?
A couple of episodes, so
I think it's more than a couple at this point.
Several. I haven't seen him since the other season.
yeah.
He's kind of hiding out somewhere. Barking at some other people or something. I don't know.
I think that was a Bobby thing. He just joined in.
Yeah, I think Bobby started the barking.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, yeah, so Leo is going to be going home with, he is now home with Bobby and Shelley.
Yeah.
Wow.
How do we think that's going to go?
possibly a case of not going to supposedly take care of him and or hire a maid to take care of him. But whenever the supposed people come along, oh, hello, we're taking care of him. It's all good. As soon as people are gone, okay, back to our own business.
For some reason, I always get this feeling that Leo is probably not going to be a complete vegetable.
Oh no, there is that tiny little thing in the back of the body. It's like he's gonna wake up. Just wait for that bloody moment. He's gonna wake up.
He's
It's gonna be crazy.
He's just gonna go berserk once he comes to his senses, or once he can actually have control of his body.
I'm just gonna say there's gonna be one moment in an upcoming episode. I'm not gonna tell you when, where they are going to make Leo wear a birthday hat and blow one of those.
Oh my god!
That is going to happen.
That would not surprise me with those two.
Yeah, they're gonna do some wacky shit.
Oh no! Why?
Because they fucking can.
You kind of have to question if this guy knew what the heck he was signing up for.
I mean, it's a paycheck.
Yeah, true.
So, Cooper goes to rescue Audrey.
Yes, that was dope.
Well, he does at the end of the episode get captured.
Well, not particularly. Momentarily, but
Yeah.
then the other guy shows up.
What do we think? Do we think Audrey found out anything important at One Eye Jack's, or
It would kind of be hard because she's kind of on the influence of the drugs for the most part, and she's kind of been a little out of it. But knowing her, she'd probably have enough to sort of give little bits of information. Nothing so much relating to the murder or any other sort of particular things, but enough to expose One Eye Jack's as a bit more shady than it already is.
well, Cooper can't really do anything about One Eye Jack's.
So
That's,
true.
Canada.
Yeah.
It's outside of his
They give you a location on where One Eye Jack's is located too.
Oh, where?
You're really not paying that?
Canada somewhere.
Yeah, it's in BC. It's in between Grand Forks and Castlegar.
God damn it. Is it going to be one of those crazy field trips that you have in mind to go find the bloody place?
I kind of want to do that, but anyway,
I'm just gonna say it's a fictional place that doesn't exist.
There's no way that somebody has not built a restaurant or something there.
Just make sure that you at least have the gas money to help us get there.
Just call it Jack's.
No, they just straight up call it One Eye Jack's. So what the fuck? There's no way that somebody has not built a restaurant or something there. No way. Anyway, let's get back to the relevant.
I'll look that up later then.
I'm gonna have to. Okay, let's talk about Mr. Tajimura.
Yes. He seems weird.
Oh, jeez.
What do we think is going to happen with him? Because he throws down a check for $5 million, which gets Ben's attention.
True.
Well, indeed. Almost it's like 5 million yen or something. But
True.
That's
But
not
as it kind of is, he's sticking to kind of the aesthetic of being disguised.
Yes.
And going through all those particular sorts of things. I question whether or not the disguise is the only thing that he's disguising.
Okay.
Because he most likely has other intentions, aside from the showing off a whole bunch of money, all the other particular things like that. He probably has a hand at some things, if Josie and the other man that she was discussing with weren't enough of sort of a tip-off.
We noticed that he doesn't really reveal his face much. He's always got, glasses, the mustache, the whole deal.
Yeah.
Do we think we've met this character before, and it's a fake name, or is this a new character?
Well,
Is he the same Asian guy from like a few episodes back?
No, that's Jonathan.
Okay.
Well, there is the possibility, but as it was first sort of shown and hinted to us, he's always kind of in disguise when he goes traveling about. So it's just sort of a quirk of his character, I guess,
Okay.
to sort of refer to that. If he were to supposedly reveal himself, it would most likely just add into the whole rest of the story. But as it kind of sits, he's a main player, supposedly, within the story, or a factor within it.
Okay, so Andy does get a moment in this episode
Woohoo!
where he finds out he isn't sterile.
He's a whole damn town.
It's all like, don't even ask.
Which is a pretty great little moment. But yes, as you asked last week, Andy will get a win in about 25 years.
Okay.
You'll find out eventually what that means.
I already have an idea. Does it have anything to do with the new series?
Yes.
The gasp.
Okay. Well then, great.
More things to look forward to.
Yay.
Yes. So, what else did you want to talk about in this episode, David?
There was an L.
There was.
An owl. Yes.
And I was kind of like, is that supposedly a good thing or is that a bad thing? Near the end of that sequence, like, oh no, it's a bad thing. They're all gonna get caught and things are gonna get horrible. Wait, why does he look like that? Oh man, knife in the back. My goodness.
Yes.
Dude, what the heck are you doing here?
Yes. Hawk is pretty amazing.
Yes.
We have found out that the owls are somehow related to Bob. Or at least that's what's been implied. Because in the previous episode, they did the whole owl face over Bob.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's supposedly symbolic of something.
Yeah. Any idea what it might be?
The devil.
Okay, that's an interesting thought. David, do you have any ideas what the owls might be about?
Strange spiritual sort of thing for the... Oh, there was a particular point relating to the judge after the trial before making his sentence where he advised of keeping an eye on the woods.
Yep. He's not the first person to bring that up either.
So true, but he brings up that particular point with him being decently knowledgeable of the goings-on of Twin Peaks.
Yes, as he travels around in his Winnebago.
Yes.
Dispersing sentencing. Anyway, so no idea. So we've had the woods be mentioned a lot.
Yes.
Yep. I mean, that's kind of where the murder supposedly took place.
It is. What do we think the symbolic nature of the woods is? Not so much what's in it, but is there a symbol in all these things taking place in the woods?
I think the only one particular thing that comes to mind is the one nursery rhyme song, the bears within the woods, but mostly kind of a case of the unknown that lurks within them.
Okay. Justin, you have any ideas?
No, what's the beyond yonder tree or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. So, who is your prime suspect?
We didn't talk much about Harold yet, actually.
No, we have not. Let's actually have a quick chat about Harold.
Sure.
We find out that he has a secret compartment where he keeps
The
diaries.
diary.
Yes.
And he's got a whole bunch of diaries.
Yeah.
Yes, but
And-
mostly because he keeps records of people that he meets.
And
Yes.
Donna decided to strike a bargain with Harold to basically record a diary for her
Yes.
in return of getting the diary, Laura's diary.
Yes. Now, if you'll notice, we again find another secret compartment
Yes.
where he stores all of the diaries.
Yes.
And that has been something that has come up a few times in this show.
Yeah, definitely.
More
with
secret
the
compartments.
Yes.
Great Lodge and the place, and I think a couple other particular spots. Oh yeah, Laura with her particular diary, the hidden locations.
Mhm.
Yep. That's come up quite a bit.
Yes.
So, what do we think Harold's connection is?
I don't know, it must be a really important one if he's basically nearly threatening to kill the two women that tried to steal the diary.
I think it was more of a case of defending and supposedly being like, "You want to know? I know the things."
Okay, well.
Yeah, he cuts himself on the face with that, like, garden tool.
I
Yeah.
thought that was mud.
No.
No, he's
That's
slicing
blood.
himself.
Uh,
Yeah.
He's a crazy person.
just the tiniest bit, yes.
Yeah, it's maybe not the best portrayal of mental illness ever.
Yeah,
It's
no.
a little... But he says Laura wanted the ultimate secret, the secret of who killed you. Or something to that effect.
The gasp.
Have any idea what that might mean?
Bringing up Bob in more so of an actual sense.
Maybe? Justin?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'll just be kind of clueless as to like most things in this.
Okay. So, let's go back to who your prime suspect is. things. Whoever of you want to go first.
It's still remaining kind of the same.
Okay. David?
Ditto, and the same case with me. There are a couple things bringing up with Harold with him, but I think he was more of an accomplice, knowing Laura before she went in with all that dangerous business before she died.
Okay. Okay. Do either of you have any questions for me?
Now that I pretty much covered all the notes that I had for that,
Will we be hearing more about Laura's diary still from Harold?
We will find out more about what is in Laura's diary.
bleh.
Okay, well, that's fancy.
It is fancy. Did you notice that her diary had a red cover and the rest had the black and white
No
thing?
typical sort of black-white schoolbook covering.
Didn't exactly take note of that.
No,
Something you might want to keep in your mind.
no,
Just
I
the
noticed.
color of the diary?
Yeah.
Is it really
That and it was
special?
slightly smaller.
Yeah, well, I mean, the fact that it looks different from all the other ones should give you an idea that there's something important to that. I mean,
Yeah.
this show, if nothing else, if you notice a detail, it's probably going to be important, either in the overall narrative or symbolically.
Unless it's from you, because you could be bullshitting us.
Like the ceiling fan.
Yep, the ceiling fan. Look, the ceiling fan and the traffic light, you'll have to find out and see how important they are.
I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. But as it
I
sort of
swear
is,
I
I
want
think
to
it
Google
was.
it.
I swear, as it sort of is, I think out of all the diaries that Harold has, Laura's diary was the one that was given to him, wasn't one that he wrote himself.
Okay, that's interesting.
Because his whole thing is he wants to get stories and other sort of particular things, but aside from writing them and talking to the particular people, what's stopping him from just getting information like that someone wrote in the diary as a gift? And that makes perfect sense from what Laura sort of describes.
Okay, that's interesting. So, do either of you have anything left to add about this episode?
No, I don't think anything else aside from the obvious.
Which is?
He's a whole damn town.
This whole damn town.
Alrighty, so the next episode we're going to get into is an episode called Demons.
That's a great title. I like where this is going.
And it definitely seems to make sense with the couple of wonderful things that we've been seeing.
Yeah.
Yes, so in this episode, we're going to have two major things that are going to happen. I'm going to give you a brief idea. One, they're going to throw a party for Leo.
Yay!
And two, we're going to have the return of the one-armed man.
Supposed yay, they were searching for him.
Yes, he is going to come back next episode.
Under the influence of the things, or just on his own?
You'll have to find out, because I can't give you that.
Nah, that wouldn't surprise me.
I don't know. Maybe he'll actually talk about Bob. Who knows?
Well, without chemicals, he points.
Blech.
Well, we've had two of those clues come true so far.
No, as it is, I think we've technically seen all three. It's just Cooper and them haven't seen all
Well,
three.
yeah. So,
The owls are not what they seem.
the owls are not what they seem.
Oh, one particular thing. Getting other more visits from the Giants anytime soon?
The giant will pop up again.
Nah, I wouldn't be too surprised. He still has to return
Cooper's ring.
Yes.
Yes. Alrighty. So, what do we think might happen next episode?
Many crazy psychedelic things of nutness.
Justin, any ideas?
I don't know. The episode's called Demons. I can only anticipate little red demons.
Little red demons.
Yes.
Well, it's either that or the Doom variety, but that might be a little bit too much for the show.
Maybe.
Well, you also have to remember this show is on ABC in 1990. There's a limit to how far they can go.
Nah, I suppose.
Actually, that's one of the surprising things about the show, that ABC actually made it, but we'll get into that another time. Alrighty, so any last minute thoughts, David or Justin?
He's a whole damn town.
In other words, not really much.
Well, that's clearly everything for this episode. I'm Paul,
I'm Dave.
And Justin.
and that was Fire Walk with Us.